Hey, I got a question. How many of you actually understand the history, the racial history that is in your own neighborhood? Well, for me, living in Salisbury, Maryland, on the Eastern Shore, I realize the racial tension and racial history is so profound. It's in your face. You can't feel it. Right here is one of Salisbury's courthouses. On this lawn, I would say not even 100 years ago, there was at least 3 known black men who was beaten, stabbed, and lynched on these very grounds in Salisbury, Maryland. One famous lynching that happened on these very grounds was the lynching of Mitchell Williams. I'm sorry if I'm slaughtering his name. I can let you read the plaque that's over there. But he was dragged from the then Peninsula Regional Hospital, known as Tidal Health now today. He was dragged from there to this place, these court grounds, and lynched on one of these trees, because the tree is still up today. I don't know where it's at, but is that I would say it's that tree because it's the biggest. But one thing I have learned is that we as Americans have to be present and aware of so many racial atrocities that happened, especially to black people, because they're still prevalent to this day. As I walk these grounds, I feel the presence of terror and William and all of the terrified black people that had to live through that trauma on that day and days after that. It's just, I just gotta take some time to just breathe. But man, that white mob was, of course, not held accountable for their actions. Probably, unfortunately, their descendants are still alive and making policies for the city of Salisbury to this very day, which is very scary. I might ask. But his name was Matthew Buddy Williams. He was 23 years old. I'm 24 years old. My brother is 15, 16 years old. So that's very scary. He wasn't that old. But it's heartbreaking. It shows me that, yes, we came a long way, but we still have so much far to go to in this world. It's so much more for us black people to do, to say, and to expose. It's exhausting. Well, I've been living on the shore for the past 7 months now, and I actually finally took the time to walk these grounds and just sit and reflect in the world that I live in today as a young black woman. But what I could say is that racism is still prevalent. It's just transformed in different ways. It still affects us. That trauma is still flowing through our bodies. It's still being passed on. Man. Yes. But I would say, if anybody wants to check it out, it's the court building. Here is on the corner of East Main Street and Division Street on Salisbury. I should go to Brooklyn, but Man, I will post this. Will let you see the plaque itself, so you could read it for yourself. Uh,